On the next subject, I don't believe in like trans as being another gender. Um, I just don't believe in it. I believe in respecting their wishes if they want to be called another gender. But at the end of the day, you don't have a uterus and you're not a woman. You don't have a penis and you're not a man. So if you ask me nicely to refer to you as whatever you want to be referred to, I will. Because why wouldn't I be respectful of another human being? But I'm not delusional, and I understand that what makes a man and a woman, a male, and a female are reproductive sex organs. So I'm fully aware of that, and I won't pretend like I'm not. But I will be respectful of whatever, your wishes are, as I'd like you to call me a woman because I'm a woman and a mom.
Okay, so take 3. Not because I did not eloquently state my point, but because they continue to freeze it. So I was discussing another point. This goes into my values of social justice and just issues that I don't think should be gaslit for our children and each other and the internet. And Turning Point USA, specifically, I think it was Charlie who made this point that the majority of murders are committed by Black people, statistically. And someone said, well, that's because the majority of impoverished neighborhoods and areas are, Black people. And what I say is it's more than that. It's also, not only are they poverty areas, but they're also areas that don't receive a police response. So when you have violent crimes that are happening, you have to protect yourself in some way, right? And then, yes, they are, the majority taking place in poverty-stricken areas, and that is because of slavery, period. And then you also have to ask yourself, if you were sexually assaulted or brutally attacked and you called law enforcement to come help you and they didn't show up, or they showed up several hours later, and we're not saying law enforcement is the devil. No, we're not saying that at all. What we're saying is, of God, we understand. Of God means of understanding. Of God means of knowing. If we are of God and we are claiming to be godly children, followers and believers of God, we have to also, put that into action. And in doing so, you have to be able to look through the perspective of other people, even if it's not your life. We don't all have to take on the form of others to be able to understand. It just takes a tiny bit of effort. If you're in a neighborhood and you get raped and you call the police and they don't show up and you have a gun, are you shooting? Religiously, I don't really have a one-size-fits-all answer for that. I go to different churches. I was baptized and raised Lutheran. I don't like the lighting over there. I look so red. I was baptized and raised Lutheran. I go to St. James Church, which is, I believe, Episcopalian. I go to Fourth Presbyterian sometimes. I go to Catholic Church sometimes, and I also believe in a lot of the teachings in the Quran. So I don't have one, religious answer or viewpoint for you. I believe in God, and I believe in reeling in the behaviors of ourselves and society to what they were originally intended when the Bible was written. And sticking as close to that as far as values, morals, and ethics go as we can. Regarding immigration and immigration reform and refugees and federal funding for refugees, my only opinion is if we can build a wall, why can't we add 3 other walls and a roof and offer housing at the border? Whatever political constituency and, paperwork needs to be done, why can't it be done while also, providing for some sort of safe space right there at the point of entry? People don't flee their country and sleep in terminals of airports because they feel safe and secure, right? So there's a huge crisis going on if there are people literally living in those capacities that needs to be addressed. And that has nothing to do with what country of origin you or your family come from.